Well, folks, you'll notice that I'm not on the game. That's because it appears OBS in their latest update broke Stream Deck integration. That's why I've been having such a glorious time trying to get things unmuted because my auto unmuter no longer unmutes. It toggles monitoring. Because OBS decided they wanted to have a glorious new audio mixer that broke everything. So, anyway, welcome back to Midwest Linux Gaming. This isn't even a Linux problem. This is an OBS problem. On my Windows computer. Welcome to Midwest Linux Gaming. I'm your host as usual, Stompin' Llama. I've not been having the greatest of weeks. And especially today, I don't know why, but I came back to home on my way home from work, and I've got a slight headache going on, which has not made things great and glorious. On top of other things going on. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to play Deep Snow Delivery. It is a game about delivering things in deep snow. Thematic for the hopefully last bit of winter coming through as of this week. Start out this window at full screen. Put that up to 120, turn off the VSync. High anti-aliasing, epic everything else. Excellent. Let us get started. This is a game I randomly saw on YouTube. Okay, that is just the engine sounds in the background. I thought maybe my computer had spun up all the fans, and I'm like, why would you do that? The answer is it wouldn't. Ooh, claw mode. Let's try at maximum reach. You saw Steam and Discord icons because it's a game developer. And they want to make sure that they have access to their people, their new fans, such and so forth. That would be why. This game is available on Steam, I think. I mean, it's on Steam, obviously. That's the only way I booted it up. It's yet to be announced, so this is a pre-release demo. And as with a lot of indie devs, they will, in fact, have a Discord. Ah! Bad cube. Good cube. Ooh, a radiator. I did not want it to go there. Another radiator. So many radiators. No. Better. Trying to organize the basket a little bit, and it is, things are physicsing. In weird, weird ways. I could just drop flat. Eh, whatever. We are running the Estendo truck. But I want to grab this axle. It's a bit round, but it should be fine. Our little bit of delivery. Possible post-apocalypse, possibly just, who knows, Antarctica. Oh, and then we have to actually, oh God, why would you do that? You stupid radiator. Strange cube. A fixer-upper for sure. It is a very rusty tank. Strange cube. Hmm. 8 cubes. Oh, if I'd been able to find some I-beams, those are expensive. Made some $600. Please, no PhD. Don't give me accolades I do not have. Tarp cover. Oh, our suspension is. This thing is. This tank was not only old, it was in massive need of repairs. Of course it was. Of course it was. And of course, the suspension is the biggest problem. I guess back out we go, because we need a ton more things. But at least our tire track is now slightly in better condition. Our tread is. Oh, now we've got weather going on. Oh, good, metal sheets. Those were needed. Also, 6 cubes. If we can. Ah, there's some more cubes. Oh, we are struggling up this hill. Yeah, we are going to be struggling up this hill. I don't recall if we needed radiators. But they are slightly more expensive than cubes. IS delivery missions. We'll need the receiver for that. Ooh. Definitely gonna need some braking power. That's 3 cubes, a couple of radiators, and a sheet. No. Stop physicsing weirdly. Cube. Cube. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be terribly long. It is an indie... It is an indie game after all. Those tend to not be the longest, even indie RPGs. Because there's only so much time one person or one relatively small group of people can put into something. $30 hours for an indie RPG like that? That's about what I'd expect. I mean, it was never going to be even, it was never going to be Paper Mario length. Just not enough devs to do so. Nor was it going to be... Definitely wasn't going to be Persona length. And we will make a second run. And 30 hours to 100% is not terrible. I was hoping for more sheets of metal than anything. Just seeing a lot of radiators. Oh, there's a sheet. Not really, because it was based on Shadows over Innsmouth. And as a Lovecraft fan, I could tell immediately, we're going to Shadow over Innsmouth. I always appreciate a good Shadow over Innsmouth reference. Grab some more cubes. I think we might as well grab these 3 things and then we'll see if we can't get some more repairs done on the tank, to be honest. They start off with us with 3,000 repairs needed to be done. They're definitely pulling a Tom Nook. Probably. I'd say that's probably the reference they were going for. Though one never truly knows. Here we go. We should be able to make some pretty hefty repairs. No. I like the extendo crane. I don't know why, but it fills me with glee. Extendo crane. Reminds me of elephants. And for some reason that just is really good. Oh, am I over-delivering radiators? I might be over-delivering radiators. Oh, right, because they go from normal to... Now they've got too many radiators. So we should avoid any radiators. And I think I'm 1 cube shy. Yep. Nope, there's all my cubes and all the radiators. Yep, everything gets half priced. Ooh. So we need to avoid cubes and radiators if we can. We really need 2 I-beams and oil barrels. And we need a signal receiver for that. We're just shy of being able to clean our suspension. Sure, go for it. Oh, he gets double the turn. Of course he does. Of course he does. Oh, yeah, that would get annoying. Well, if... Press V to enter storage view. Yeah, they're not kidding. Now we're gonna make our first actual delivery. And I did just, I believe I bought the upgrade that made, I did make it taller. Honestly, I think I forgot that that skill existed, and it was really kind of unnecessary. Let's see, where's the scrapyard at? I'm assuming that's that thing up in the, up over there. I'm assuming that's, the scrapyard is the thing right up ahead, which I really wanted that torque upgrade. And honestly, I've not played enough Paper Mario type games in order to really have developed that habit at all. Very slowly up the hill, as you really should in winter. Come on. I lost all momentum going up the hill. Game telling me to zigzag, and it's like, that's not helping. Come on! You can do it, Tank! There we go! There we go! Go! Come on, come on, come on! on. Oh, God, that was a terrible hill. I have no idea where I'm going. Like, I have no idea if I'm even going in the correct direction. The game has provided me no direction as to whether or not I'm in the right direction or not. Now that's clearly not the location we need to go. We have it all. I just don't know if I'm going in the correct direction or not. The most memorable boss is the first one? Ooh. That's problematic. Yeah? I just don't know if I'm going in the correct direction or not, and this is a very steep hill. This is a bad hill to be on. Like, I was provided not even verbal directions as to the correct direction to go. Oh boy. Oh, it's actually chapter 2. Well, I kind of figured that. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if they started you in media res with characters who had a history, but one never knows. Okay, smaller hill, we're fine. The only reason I didn't go that way is because that very clearly was blocked up with ice. And that's a problem. None of this is actually that helpful. Although we can get some very cinematic views of the very destroyed wilderness. No, I don't think I have. No, I have not yet. And in any case, it would be a while before it gets played anyway. But it is on the list of things to be played. Okay, fastest way to get speed. Like this, and then we just gun it up the hill. Gun it, gun it, gun it. Can you tell that I have some winter driving experience? I don't like how slow we're going. Okay. We've reached a mini plateau. Again, any explanation as to where we're supposed to be taking this would be great. It said the scrapyard, but I don't know where that is. Left control to brake. I did not want to do that. Thank you, game. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm assuming that's the scrapyard, way over there. Probably the ice would have been taking the ice would have been a better idea? Rather than these hills? But I don't know if I want to trust that ice. We did need more metal sheets, so we might as well collect those while we're here. No, we didn't need more metal sheets. We needed I-beams. I-beams like this one. Oh, they are big, and they are big. That's the problem. They're big. I'm hoping we can carry this I-beam the whole way. That basically pays for a ton of crap. This has got to be the scrapyard. There we go. Yep. Might as well put the sheet down as well. But I want to keep these I-beams for the main settlement. They did need metal sheets. Lies! Oh, we are just shy. Just shy. For the crater. I won't be able to take all of that in one. I might be able to take all of that in one go. I might just need to leave my I-beam, however. Okay. We are gonna need to stack our stuff very carefully in order to fit everything in here. I think we can fit everything in here. Make it all in one trip. Put the small stuff on the bottom. The heavy single pieces that are not likely to move around. And we might even be able to fit our beam. Maybe. No. No. You come here. I-beam, I'm gonna sit the I-beam right here. Yeah, I knew buying that height upgrade was gonna be a good thing. I can now do 2 deliveries in 1. Huzzah! And if I grab another I-beam, we can carry both of our I-beams. That's a metal sheet. Don't need that. You are a metal sheet. Not concerned about you. I think we're gonna have to brave the ice. Definitely we're gonna need to fix the suspension. But we should be able to... We should be able to fully fix this thing. Yeah. I see an I-beam. Ooh, a bit too much brake. Actually, can I do something silly? No, I don't think I have enough of a balance point. I don't think I've got enough of a good balance point on that. Especially for when we go... if we go downhill at all. I think we just need to keep trying on the uphill and keep as flat as possible. Why is... oh, it's because it's becoming nighttime. I was gonna say, why is it glowing over there? Don't want to lose my I-beams. Which means we need to stay as little downhill as possible. I didn't realize that thing would glow at night. That is disturbing. Yeah, I don't like this I-beam being there. Oh, it is gonna get so hard to see, isn't it? I can't even see my cargo. If I lose that I-beam, it's not gonna be the worst loss in the world. Better keep off the ice. Yes. I think I just lost my I-beam. Yeah, I think I lost my one I-beam. Okay, there we go. There's the radar that told me where to go. We definitely need to buy the torque upgrade. Yeah, going up these hills is the hard part. No? No, I think we... no, our I-beam is still on top. I think. Oh, come on, come on, come on. You can do it. I think we just got to angle. Attacking a hill straight on apparently is in fact a problem. Which is something that is true if it's covered in ice. Snow, that's less of a problem. Just need to make it to the top of the hill. Come on, we can do that. Yeah, purple glowing objects in the distance, especially over there, because that is frozen over. But yeah, having driven enough in winter, driving at night in winter is an experience. What's really bad is when it's snowing out and you have that Star Wars hyperspace effect going on with the blowing snow right at you. It is an experience. Okay, we've reached the top of the hill. Now we just need to be careful going down. I said careful, careful, careful. Yeah, we're just gonna let the momentum take us. Did I just lose? I lost something. I lost items! My metal rods. I lost items. Where are they? Okay, that's just a strange cube. I'm hoping I just kicked that cube and that's what's... That's what's got things. So that I accidentally kicked the cube way up there. We'll find out. I don't like how that's just kind of sitting on top, but it's not like I got much of a choice. Couldn't really see what was going on in the dark. Okay, we had 2 large metal scraps. Two bolts. 2 nuts. That looks like we have everything. I don't think we lost anything. Yep, 10 out of 10. 4 out of 4. Perfect. We are now rolling in the money, which is good. Because let us repair our tank completely. We need the torque. What else could we get? Tonneau cover. That's an extremely good upgrade. And that's going to oh, that's large. Those are really large containers. We definitely can't do all of that. Body lights. We could add some body lights to the thing. In a variety of colors. All costing tons of cash. Honestly, some body lights would not go amiss if we could afford it. Can't afford even any of those. Well, we'll see if we can't. Rabbit meat. I mean, technically this all fits, but just barely. That just barely all fits. Off we go to scrapyard again. It did say there was another one for oil extraction. That'd be an interesting place to see. If we could gather. I think scrapyard needed cubes too. I think scrapyard needed cubes. Grab some other things while we're here. See if that additional torque actually helps us get up the hill or not. It does seem to be helping a little bit, that additional torque. But just a little bit. It's not a bad-looking sky either. Mayhaps a little heavy on the pixelation, but it is also extremely densely populated with stars. Oh, right, I did buy the radar. A lot of radiators. And then there's scrapyard. Yeah, that doesn't even have a location. Put all the cubes, strange cubes on top. I don't remember how many strange cubes they needed, but we'll grab them a few. They also needed metal sheets, didn't they? I suppose everyone needs metal sheets. And the sheets should stack nicely on top of each other. Should is the key term. Though we do need to find more I-beams. If I could find that one I-beam that we lost. I don't know if they needed axles. Strange cubes. So many strange cubes. I mean, they're not wrong that they are strange. They are very strange. And they are in fact very strange, and they are cubes. That's some leet speak for babble. That's not a good sign in your lore when you've got a ruined place you call Babel. Yeah. I think I'll grab... What's that radiator doing way up on that? I'll grab this radiator. Unless we can find, like, an I-beam. Which I'll just stick on the one location. Ah, there is an I-beam. So we'll drop the radiator once we grab that. Where's that I-beam? A valve? Well, nothing needed a valve. Oh, there's another I-beam, though. Okay, that's actually fairly stable there. I think. I think that'll be fairly stable there. Yeah, because that's also kind of... Yeah. I think I could put the radiator, like, there, and I think we'll be fine if I grab this I-beam. That way I can give them one of their I-beams that I think they need. I think I just lost a radiator. Yeah, I just lost that radiator. Not a big deal. But you see where I'm getting where this is kind of like what I've called it in my own personal way of putting it. I've called this a Death Stranding-like. It kind of is, but also Death Stranding is kind of more physical on-foot deliveries, whereas this is physics in the snow-based delivery. Also being very measured in my downhill because I don't want to lose anything. And it is, as far as I can tell, somewhat actually close to like how actual winter driving is. Though I've got less experience off-roading in winter because that's not something I tend to do. So most of my winter driving is just on road, and yes, it is just that terrifying. Ah, there's another I-beam right over there. So I can offload both of my I-beams, probably make a huge chunk of change. That is a huge up. Why would you? I mean, yes, strange cube. I did want to deliver my strange cubes. But more accurately, I wanted to grab my I-beam. I mean, I suppose we may as well unload everything. I'm definitely going to want that height upgrade if I'm going to do that other delivery, because that had tall things. Like, really tall things. That's everything. We're not done. Oh, of course, it becomes night. I do want to have those other lights, however. Especially, like, body lights. That's going to be so handy. There's that I-beam. It's got to be just over here. Yeah, we're just gonna carry that in our turret. Yeah, there's no planned release, no release date or anything yet. Not even a price point listed on the Steam page. But I'll say this, it's so far doing exactly what I expected it to do. It's pretty good. Both I-beams. Okay, they didn't need strange cubes. They do need axles, so if I can find some axles, that's fine. I found an axle. They do need radiators. A survival could very well be. Survival could very well be. Throwing some body lights. Remove some more paint, some more rust. Okay, we are now fully rust-free. Thanks for oil extraction. I don't even know where that is. I might be able to do both of these if I can figure out where oil extraction is. There it is. Okay, I-beam. Air pumps. Okay, how do those look? Okay, the new height is perfect. The new height is perfect. The rods go there. Okay, we're gonna have to put the big stuff on the bottom, because that's just how that's gonna have to work. I did not. Oh, God. What have I done? Okay, they did not like physicsing like that. They really did not like physicsing like that, which I suppose is fine. In which case, since they didn't want a physics like that, we gotta do it the other way. An annoying way, which is the pumps sit nicely on top and stick up. Oh, that's quite literally just Christmas lights. I didn't think they were just Christmas lights. I thought I missed something. A second thing of bolts. Well, I guess, we're off to oil extraction. Which is... Ow! That hurt. That was dumb. I can't even see really where we're going. Oh, don't tell me oil extraction is the thing over there. I really can't see where we're going. Man, this is dark. It's realistic, mind you. This is exactly what you get when you're driving at night in winter. I just normally don't drive through a urban hellscape like this. More I-beams. It's a bit of an extreme angle. Most of our cargo should be held down, however. 18,000 meters if we want to go to Babel. Which we don't. Where's oil extraction? Is that on the other side of the hill? That is... Alrighty, we are going to be climbing the hill starting over here. Yeah, because oil extraction is over there. We do need to be careful about going too far vertical. We will lose cargo, which is not good. So we just need to be careful about how we climb. as we climb. It's a good thing I did get those cargo bed upgrades, however. I'm probably going to regret not getting the tonneau covers, however. Okay. I think we'll be fine. Because we need to thread these two metal structures. Come on. Come on, tank. You can do it. Come on, tank. Don't lose your momentum. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Yes. Can turn off the lamp. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Only less than a kilometer to oil extraction. Okay. A little bit of downhill to get a little bit of speed in order to try and climb this next hill. Yep. Nice and easy. And if we cut left around there, that'll be the easiest. That's technically the flattest route up. And this will provide us a decent amount of cash to get a couple more upgrades on. Maybe we'll actually be able to get a another torque upgrade. Yeah, there's oil extraction. Okay. Yeah. If only that ice was actually something we could navigate. Oh god, that's a steep downhill. Let's see. Oil extraction's over there. That slightly disturbed the cargo. Slow us up just a little bit. We don't want to get too much speed. Although, floor it! Okay. Oh, there's an oil barrel! They've been needing those. Both places have been needing those. That's a tower. We definitely can't climb that hill, however. There's oil extraction. We could probably grab some barrels while we're here. Okay, where's your actual delivery location at? And some bolts. They did need those too. Yeah, they needed like 6 of those. Where's your delivery location at? Hello? Ah, there it is. I literally drove around the place in order to find it. That is a very steep incline. Your air pumps are safe. So is your nuts, your rods. While that's going on, I have some oil barrels I need to locate. They were over here. Oh, it's on top. Who puts their oil barrels on top of things? Like, I don't even think I can reach that. They did, however, need an axle. And like 6 bolts. Why are they, well, that's because they're on top of the hill. I can use the hill to get on top. Right? No. No, actually I cannot. Like, I have no idea how you're supposed to get on top of that. Some more bolts. I don't think they needed valves or anything. But they definitely needed bolts. So we're definitely going to go without a delivery out of here, unless it's a small one. I'll say this dev has something going for them. Like, this is highly... This hits right up my alley. And that is utterly terrifying, the number of demos I've played that are like, ooh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Small things. And there was a... Oh, that was an oil barrel. We can grab that oil barrel, too. Yeah, there it is. Those are big money. Big money item. And they're not even that big. Oh, multiple oil barrels. Excellent. Let's grab that bolt and that oil barrel. No, I wasn't aware of that. Just let me grab the oil barrel. And let's get back to extraction. Oh. Yeah, I knew something about that tower was gonna be technically a problem. I don't know if they needed a valve, but they're gonna get one. Scrapyard is gonna get a valve if nothing else. Yeah, there we go. Everything is all nicely in the container. Grab our I-beam. Make sure it's on top of us. And away we go. Oh, they also needed oil barrels. They do need the I-beam. Ooh, terrain data. Yep, that is very much a Death Stranding. $2,000 for more torque control. Yeah, I do need that. Oh, we have paint colors now. $8,000 for that. Ooh. Oh, we do need that upgrade, however. And repair our equipment. We do have some things that we can... Like, they needed oil barrels? Like, I have an I-beam. I have... I thought I grabbed more oil barrels. Did they need valves? I think they needed a valve. Regardless, it's worth money. Yes, they did need valves. They did need axles. They did need the I-beam. And that's another 2,000. We can increase our walls again, which we should do. And we could, in fact, paint our tank. All sorts of cool colors. Olive drab. Those are big, but they are 4. That's also a 4. But oh no, those are 2 talls. 2 talls? Like, that's flat pack. For Metro. That's another location. Because those could just be stacked on top of each other. But not in the same place that can. But in theory... Right, we were just going to do a delivery run to Scrapyard. Sometimes people just need a hug. She's not wrong. Okay, we are in fact climbing hills better. We are doing excellent. I do need to grab that oil barrel, however. Yeah, they did need more axles. They did not need metal sheets. Did need more oil barrels. Ah, there's another one. Again, increasing the height of the storage container is in fact extremely helpful. I wonder what the actual game is going to be like in the end. Valve? Well, that valve is gone. Well, there's another oil barrel. I think we're about as full as we can realistically get. We're heading to Scrapyard. This time we're gonna try and take a coastal route, because I think going up the hills was... I mean, it was the... another oil barrel. Yeah, we're gonna try and take the scenic shore route, hoping that it's less bumpy. Especially considering as full as our cargo container is. I mean, we're not gonna make as much money as if we were doing a delivery, but I think we'll be fine. Yep, the increased torque is in fact helping. We still can't climb quickly. Oh god! That is a sheer cliff. That is a no, no, no. The answer is no. I did not realize we were on a sheer cliff. Oh, good God. Well, looks like we've got no choice but to finish climbing the hill. Ew. I nearly drove right off of that. That's a bit of a no. And honestly, this is not that much better. We are going way too fast. Slow up. This is way too steep of a grade. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Radiator. I should be able to fit that in the thing. Not nicely. Not the nicest way to set it in the world. And there it goes. Okay, scrapyard is way over there. But we have the oil. At least the barrels that they're gonna need. I think they needed 2, and Crater needed 2. And it is a journey between these locations. And each location does seem to have, like, localized items, like these I-beams are really only around Scrapyard. Cubes are found everywhere. But oil barrels are only found up at Extraction. Honestly, there's a lot of good promise going on here. Like, I look forward to what this full release is gonna be. Because they have a good set of mechanics. Let's see, we needed 2 oil barrels, an axle, all the bolts we can. Up to 6. You get back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hopefully, I think they needed bolts. I don't think they needed nuts. They did not. Yeah. I did not need that axle. The second axle. Or that last bolt, but that was to be expected. 3 radiators. I think I only brought them 1. Yes. 6,000. Oh! Nice. 2 sheets and 2 radiators. A little bit, I watched them. I watched them a little bit. I suppose we can buy the cruise control. Not a lot of reason not to. Upgrade some of the lights. Don't know what the UV lights mean, but S. Oh, that means we've outgrown them. Are they special? Honestly, Carl was fine. He was a perfectly logical person for what was going on. Because it was never good. Like, never good. See, I still have 2 oil barrels. Which I think they needed in Crater. Drop off our oil barrels while we grab the things. I mean, especially considering what Fry often put Carl through, Carl was perfectly rational in his reactions very, very often. Same thing with Shake. Fry actually was one of the characters I found most annoying, if I'm going to be honest. I know a lot of people found him to be likable. I was not one of them. Meatwad, however, Meatwad was perfect. Oh, right, Shake. Yeah, never mind. I got Shake and Fry mixed up. Shake was the one I could never stand. Fry was fine. Never mind. I got the 2 mixed up. In my head. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Fry was fine. It's just been that long since I've seen Aqua Teen that I got the 2 mixed up. The 2 of them mixed up. Yeah, I got the 2 mixed up in my head. That's what it was. It's been that long since I've seen it. I-beam. We did need an I-beam for Crater. I think it was written that way on purpose, so... I think Shake was written that way on purpose to be the annoying one, but it didn't make him any better. Then again, Meatwad is in fact just a sentient pile of meat. We don't know if that was perfectly fine or if Meatwad was just... I don't want to say... It wouldn't be PTSD, it would be, Stockholm Syndrome in. That seems to be been the case, like, quite often with, like... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! I knew as soon as I saw that rock and I was not paying attention that I was going to do that. Oh no, 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 no. Alright, let's rebuild. We can rebuild. We can rebuild the capsule. We can rebuild. This is fine. I mean, this is not fine, but it is workable. This is workable. We can, in fact, rebuild it. We can, in fact, rebuild. We are fine. Everything is fine. Okay. Everything is fine. Now we just need to fully rebuild the tower. Yeah, thank you for stopping. Put the oil barrel back in. Okay, we are fine, we're fine, we're fine. See, I knew we were gonna be fine. There we go. No, it was, we don't know what his biology is, because he's a sentient wad of meat, and we don't know what his biology is. That might be healthy for him, or most likely it's just Shake being Shake. That was before I got horribly distracted by near complete loss of inventory. That's what happens when you get distracted. Set the cruise control to 60 miles per hour. Yeah, we don't know much about Fry at all, yeah. In fact, we don't know much about any of them. Cruise control is set to maximum speed. I just need to be careful to not drop the load again. Yeah, the only person we know anything biologically about is Carl, and that's because he's human. Like, if we didn't know any better... You're right, he does just have blood. So we don't actually know anything at all about their physical makeup. I think I saved everything. I just can't believe I dumped the entire load onto the ground. And I don't know if there's, like, actual damage that can happen to the items. I hope not, but that'd be a cool mechanic if there was. Yep, there's the I-beam, and their high-demand items are perfectly fine. Okay, and the upgrades do in fact matter. I think I can do both of these for oil extraction. That does sound like something Carl would do. I mean, that is quite often an expectation in a lot of barbecues. And I would say he's probably justified in that. In my opinion. Don't remember if they expected radiators or not. Let's pick up some radiators while we're here. I mean, granted, Carl's reactions were often extreme, but considering how, for the most part, Shake treated him, he just kind of also was like Meatwad and Fry by association, associated with Shake, so not entirely justified, but I'd say understandable to some degree. I won't say he was justified, but to some degree understandable. Okay, that does also sound like Shake. You never know really realistically what he was going to do. Turn on the cruise control. I might want to purchase the tonneau cover once we're in oil over there at oil extraction. The metal one. Just so we don't lose things like we did this last time. I could have bought the tarp one, but there's not much point in that. Also not sure why I purchased the purple headlight. That doesn't seem like that's going to do me much help. Oh, I think I remember that episode, but yeah. Yeah, it is in fact a whole cow. Yeah, now we glow purple. Haha! Although that's gonna make it very interesting to see. I'm gonna try stick a little close to the shore. Because I think... Okay, yeah, that's way too fast. I can see a little bit of the outline, but I can't see the rocks in front of me. And that's what's going to cause a problem. Staying away from the ice, but trying to stay along the shore. There's another I-beam. Traveling along at a good clip. I mean, 60 kilometers an hour is a pretty good clip, all things considered. Especially considering as close to the water as we... Oh, the stars have come out. Oh, thank the stars. They didn't need metal sheets. They needed like 6 of them, didn't they? They did need metal sheets. Not really, but it was the most expensive thing I could buy. So I'm like, why not? I'm trying to get the... There we go. I was trying to get the sheets to land on top of each other. Because I think... Because I didn't want to go along that cliff again. I really didn't want to go along that cliff again. You know, that cliff up there. So I'm thinking I can go around here and up. You know, around here... and then climb up that way. That's what I'm hoping for, anyway. I'm hoping we don't lose too much in our process, but Okay, and if we want to have the crane engaged and provide any light, we need to have it. We need to have our elfin trunk exposed, which is fine. I don't remember if they needed valves. I think they did. We'll grab one valve. We need to stay away from the water. Although, is it water when it's they say ice? I don't know. I think that's the safest way to do. No, because we still have hills to climb. We still have to climb some hills in order to get there. It's the best hill to climb. Is that gonna be it? I think that's gonna be the best hill to climb, is up there. Go along that way. Go along that way. I think we'll be able to afford the, oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to afford the ground analysis upgrade. That will help. That will help. They did also need 2 oil barrels, so we can see about finding some of those. Just need to avoid getting hit by rocks. Actually, really close to extraction. They're just on this hill. So we'll go drop our loads off, try and grab these oil barrels. See if we can't find any more, there won't be any upgrades in here. That'd be back in Metro, which I'm willing to bet's that other purple light over there. I'm willing to bet that's Metro. Haha! We've made it with everything! And we did it without dropping anything this time. Turn on all of our lights, and away we go! Keep remember to not hit C. The barrels should be over here. Okay, where are you? Okay, there's a barrel. Oh, there's the other barrel. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's on the hill? Back up, back up, back up. Turn ourselves around. Which would be a terrible idea to do in that short of a time span. To be honest, if we were talking real winter. Because that just creates ice. That was a nice drive-by pickup. I enjoyed that. I keep turning cruise control off, and that's not what I'm meaning to do. I keep meaning to ping. That's what I keep meaning to do. Turn the cruise control off when entering a location. Try not to run anything over, because that would be bad. So many goodies. Okay, they did need pipe. Okay, they need 6 pipe, 2 valves, 3 axles. That sounds like a pretty common occurrence. You could make it all purple. It does sound miserable, yes. And Metro requires us to cross the ice. This is not going to end well for anyone. Okay, there we are. Pardon me. That was an unexpected occurrence. I almost ran into those rocks because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, yep, that's actually handy to see the topography. Like, if you know topography, you know topography. Like, this is all extremely handy to know. Like, I don't like any of these downhills. Like, oh, no, 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 stop. I don't like these hills. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're safe. Yeah, that would be a miserable thing to have happen. But also sounds like generic things that happen to poor Carl. Oh, looks like they had a bridge. Looks like they had a bridge at one point. Alright. Speed! Set the cruise control for as fast as we can go. Ah, there's the train rails. I was wondering where we're gonna get those. Those are gonna be the items around Metro. We'll grab 2, because they might need one. No one else needed train rails. Oh, they're just huge. That's a bit of a steep hill. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Just somehow I believe in you. We're not gonna pretend that I 100% believe in you, but we do in fact believe in you. There's Metro. I figured they'd be inside. Roughly straight to the Metro. Oh my God. There's an inside area. Oh! We don't want to get too... Drive slowly. That was dangerous. And now we're dealing with ice roading. This is glorious. Gloriously terrifying. Okay, we made it up to there. Roughly follow the lights. So many nuts and bolts. Full send! Oh, that is going to be nerve-wracking to have to cross that. Like, that's going to be nerve-wracking. And I'm going to assume the demo will probably... I'd assume the demo is going to end once we hit Metro itself. Either that or it might be one of those infinite demos, which are always kind of fun. With just infinitely spawning deliveries between these four locations. But depending on how many other locations they can put in, what kind of story they're trying to tell, this could be a great and glorious game. Their fuel has been delivered. Ah, here we go. Radio, torque 3. Suspension 1. Even bigger cargo. Better lights. Metal tonneau cover. An explosive? That is terrifying. Explosive. Oh, now we've got some fragile items. That is going to be extremely handy. Okay. And this is a nice thing that I'm surprised a lot more indie games don't do. Like, it says right here, you can download your own MP3s, OOGs, or WAV files. Like, as a streamer, I appreciate that more than you would think. Because I could put my own royalty-free music in there and have the radio just play. And that is very good. That's not gonna pay that much. And that's just a little obscene for where we're at. They need 2 barrels, 4 rails, 6 and 8. I didn't think about this, how they're not going to stack that nicely in here. Because they're not. I mean, they'll fit. But I do need a rail. Oh yeah, that is the other exit to, Scrapyard and Crater. That is the other exit over there. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it. Stop, 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 stop! Thank you. Okay. For the way things are going, I keep pressing the V button, and that's not the right button. Whoa, we have lost ice traction. There is not a lot of nice... Not a lot of nice ice. I think yellow is fine to traverse over. As... Oh! I didn't realize it was first-person view. That's kinda cool. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. It's just cracking. That's all. Cracking is fine. Orange is fine. Red is where it's deadly. We're safe. We're safe and out. Well, as much as can be. Forgot I turned off my light there, and I don't know why. Honestly, don't know why I turned off my light there, but I did. These train rails are just very large. I think they gotta be... I basically have to transfer them, hold them... not transfer them. Transport them one at a time like this. With the crane. With the schnoz. Triumphant! Triumphant! And the nice thing is that is an extremely good and relatively quick loading screen, too. Yeah, now that we have the ice radar, we can see exactly that, yeah, that entire ice sheet would have just murdered us if we decided to touch it. Full speed ahead! They were needing oil barrels. That is one very interesting type of prayer. I'm amazed that they even have a first-person mode. That is just amazing and wild. And you still have full control over the crane the entire time. That's glorious. There's another oil barrel we can grab on our way up. Oh, right, because we took that route up before. We took the smart route last time. This time we're taking the dumb route. I didn't even see it. Full speed ahead? Maybe? Maybe? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I gave you that torque upgrade so you could make these hills. Though I think going up a contour line is always slower than going across it. Like, if you're going straight up a contour line, that means you're going the, when I say straight up across the contour line, that means perpendicular to the actual contour lines. Is generally like... It's been a while since I've read a topographical map, but I think that's technically the longest distance you could travel, like the hardest amount of incline. So thus, going across them, you're gonna have less. And of course, the flatter the ground, the less the contours exist. If I'm remembering how topographical maps work. Katabatic winds. Oh no. I missed one. I swore I grabbed them all. I apparently missed one of the clothings when loading. So 2 big things, 4 small things, and a average durability item. 4 crater. Now, katabatic winds are in fact a terrible thing. Katabatic winds are what is theorized, and I can only say this nicely, theorized to have caused the Dyatlov Pass incident. Like, actually, that's possibly what caused them to leave their shelter and all die. Basically, katabatic winds. They are best way I could describe them. They are essentially super fast, super volatile winds. Like almost on the level of hurricane, almost on the level of avalanches, but just the wind. And they are terrifying. They have actually killed before, and generally due to, like, exposure. Katabatic winds are particularly brutal. Generally, they don't happen often. So unless you live in a mountainous area, you won't have to worry about them. But they are highly dangerous. And like I said, that's only one theory as to why they died. Gonna try and get all this stuff to Crater as best we can. If I could, I'd like to stick around the bank, but I don't think I can. I don't think there's a bank along that edge over there. Well, it's good to know they have an observatory near the tower, as they call it. I don't think there's much shoreline over there. And this should provide us enough to get the next torque upgrade. Oh, I don't like the look of any of those. I think I may be stuck. Yeah, we're definitely stuck at the shoreline for at least a little bit. Like, the yellow is something we can barely climb. All that orange and red means it's going to be very hard to climb. I'd hate to have to try and... Oh, it's not going to be pretty. Especially at our weight class. See, I knew Metro was over there. I should have known that that was Metro. Okay. Looks like we can safely jut out here and get out. So we're not going to be stuck along the shore permanently, which is good. And cruise control is, in fact, fully set. Honestly, given the number of upgrades and everything that they've been doing, this is exactly the type of game I would play for a while at least. I turned off the cruise control. But I'm also a sucker for, like, these types of exploratory games anyway. Honestly, I'm surprised it took us this long to get another game in this somewhat, even close to similar vein to what Death Stranding was, even if it is indie. I mean, I'd call it a Death Stranding-like, though it has less mechanics than Stranding, at least from what I've read and seen. I've never played Stranding myself, but from what I gather, it does have actual, like, more mechanics than just, you know, deliver item, go places, do things. Which I don't doubt that these devs are gonna have also. Yeah, I nearly ran into that at full speed. I'm too busy looking around and trying to figure out how do I even get to that metro station. Don't worry about that. You nearly got yourself... You nearly ran into things. Oh, that's what that bomb is for! Oh, that bomb is for blowing that up so we have easy access. Banzai! Strange cube. We know Crater doesn't need the oil barrels. There's the hard drive. A hard drive. Catabatic wins. With the abominations 400 years ago. The Seraphorolites haven't been operating in that region for 100 years now. A little bit of rust removal. We do need the bigger walls. But most importantly, we do need the torque. Rabbit bones. So the tower is where the evil entities come from. Whatever they are. Which is glorious to hear that they are returning. No. Oil barrel goes there. Well, we gotta go to oil extraction. And that was Scrapyard that had the bomb, didn't it? Yeah, Scrapyard had the bomb. We did get the torque upgrade, which is making it easier. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I see that. That's not good. I've played too many video games. That's not good. I agree, Eli. This is not good. You're not wrong, Eli. That's Catabatic wins. That was a bomb. A light brighter than the sun, followed by a loud bang. That's an explosion. A bomb. A nuclear explosion? That'd be awfully close for a nuclear bomb to go off. Yeah, generally if you see the flash of a nuclear explosion, you're too close. However, there was no cloud associated with it. So that... That tells me it wasn't a nuclear explosion. Because you would have a mushroom cloud of some sort. Also, you get mushroom clouds with non-nuclear explosions. They just have to be an extremely large explosion. Any sufficiently large explosion will cause issues. Will cause a mushroom cloud. You're not wrong. Also, if a nuclear explosion can't bring down those towers, with the lack of industrial capacity that humanity seems to have at this point, you can't make anything bigger than that. She's not wrong. And I'm gonna assume that's where the second map, and possibly further maps as you get closer to the tower, etc., etc., would happen. Possibly new tanks. Possibly better tanks. Possibly more varied terrain. Possibly things that aren't just, you know, this snowscape. Although the game is called Deep Snow Delivery. So possibly more deep snow, possibly on top of swamp. Swamp functions very similar to snow. Who knows? Possibly competing carriers. That would be an interesting thing. Possibly timed deliveries. Now, timed deliveries, now those could get interesting. Also, we haven't tried a fragile item, so we don't know how fragile is. And this is with the latest engine upgrade too. Good lord, we're still kind of at a crawl when fully loaded. I'm not sure what other upgrades they could give us, but there's definitely upgrades they could. Perhaps one of the most interesting things you see with this particular tank design is that those lower treads are actually supposed to be, like in an actual tank, they'd be actually attached to the tank. Whereas here, they're just kind of free-floating along the bottom, which is kind of cool. My oil barrel. Possibly stance management for your tank? That'd be interesting. Like the ability for the tank to be in various upper and lower stances. You know how squat or forward and back and up in the air it is? Catabatic winds. Of course, getting some wear and tear on the machine. Oh, now that would be a hard one to deliver. I could do that. But we can't do that and the fuel. We can make a delivery to Metro while they discuss. Huh? Why do I have a bunch of stuff for scrapyard here? Oh, did I grab missions for scrapyard too? I think I grabbed missions for scrapyard. Whoops. Apparently I grabbed things for scrapyard. Whoops. I thought I grabbed all the, No, I did not apparently grab the scrapyard missions. Well, I think we can fit it all. And go to scrapyard first. And that's just along the riverbank, so that makes it awfully full. That is a distinct possibility, Eli. No. I almost went off the cliff again. I knew that cliff was coming up, and I was like, I know it's there. And the ground radar really kind of clued me into, oh god, there's a cliff there. I think we'll take the rabbit pelts to scrapyard. And then we'll come back to oil extraction. Come on. Not only is it... Thank God for the ground radar pulse. We couldn't see really much of anything. Especially going along this ridge, that is highly dangerous. Okay, we're safe. That's not an extreme fall. And I'm gonna assume that's where the demo actually ends, quote unquote. Because that's not a mission you can actually complete. At least that's where I would probably end the demo. I mean, that's an appropriate place to end a demo. Stormy. No sky out. No stars. Relying on our radar pulses to get us to where we need to go. Like, I can't see the obstacles in front of me. I know they're there. Just relying on the radar pulses. Like, that in and of itself is a very cool thing. Navigating complete darkness like this. Relying on your radar pulses more than your actual lights. Like, your lights are just secondary. That's just glorious. Scrapyard things. Should be 6. That is 6. You have been delivered. Yes, very good work. Still can't afford the storage upgrade. Now, we could. We don't have space in there really for more things to metro. And none of these things will really fit for oil extraction either. Set our speed to 45 kilometers. And off we go. Back to oil extraction to see what that mission actually means. Honestly, if we could get up that ridge. Actually, the best option is in fact along the ground, along the lake, for going to oil extraction. Though it's not the best for leaving. The stars are coming out very slowly. They're not providing much light, but that's because of the snow. Very interesting world they've built here. 400 years ago is when this snowy apocalypse started. 400 years is a long, long time to even... I mean, they still have functional vehicles. That's surprising. Though very clearly they're not in the greatest of conditions. As we can plainly tell by the quality of our tank. Looks like we've made it to... The storm has let up. That's what it is. The storm has let up, and now we can see. I hath given the tank lights. Think of all the... I could have afforded more upgrades if I hadn't bought the... You know, upgraded the main light to the UV purple. I wouldn't be surprised if that may have a mechanical thing later down the road, especially if they introduce, like, the actual quote-unquote abominations. Like, that would be interesting. Like, you need a UV light in order to be able to see them. At the very least. Maybe even scare them off. That could be very interesting. I don't think combat would be a necessary thing you would need to add. But some type of avoidance, maybe? It all depends on where the devs want to go with it. I'm intrigued, even based on this short demo we've been on. Short, I say, and it's been nearly 3 hours. Has it really been 3 hours? Yeah, it's 3 a.m., so that's been... We started at 12:30. Yeah, it's been nearly 3 hours. It's dark again? The storm came back. Will the day never rise again? And the items do stay where you leave them. So that's interesting. Hmm. Well, off we go to Babel. Maximum warp. I think it's close to morning, so I think we'll be fine. Once again, amazed that there's a first-person view on tank. It's turned dark again. Yeah, the ground radar is going to be our main source of navigation. Navigational aid, I think. As we try and navigate these hills near the edge. Yeah, all that red is just not very good. All that red is just not very good. But we gotta go up, up, and up. Well, he wasn't kidding about it not being far, but it is not the easiest of journeys. Maybe they'll implement some type of fast travel system to be able to fast travel between these maps at some point. Oh, did you see that? That was gray. That is... Yeah, for 400 years. That's everything you knew was in that valley. They wouldn't have necessarily known anything different. 14 kilometers. That's a tunnel. That's a collapsed tunnel. That's an old railroad station. And yet, unlike our world back there, with all the debris and everything constantly everywhere, there's not a single piece of scrap in this part of the valley connecting us with the tower itself. But we're no fighter. Even if we wanted to fight, what's there to fight? Nothing that we're aware of. Are you talking about the tracks? Oh no. I see what he's talking about. Oh no. Oh, this is not a good grade. It is technically passable, however. Ah. Oh! Oh. Okay, yeah, that is ruins of civilization there. Oh, this is highly dangerous, man. Highly, highly dangerous. No need to brake. Oh, we made it. I mean, can you blame her? I could not. An empty settlement. Nothing here except possibly apply some paint. Oh, we can add unique colors to our paint. Ultramarine and grape. Oh, look at all these colors. Good lord. Oh, including UV colors. Oh, storage bucket. Oh my. Hue, saturations, texture mapping. Oh, good lord. That's a lot of options for customizing your tank. But also, that's the ruins of civilization right there. Babel remains forward. That's another tank. And I must say, this is pretty good. It contains just enough to be intriguing, and yet also enough bits that it makes the demo itself replayable infinitely. I mean, the fact that they ask you to pull this type of a maneuver right at the end of the demo, it's like, ooh, that's glorious. And I say, depending on how much they, you know, the end of the game, the total game ends up being. Oh, that's kicking into gear. Suddenly some GPU spike out of nowhere. Huh. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, it's been rock solid, 120 frames per second, no hiccups, full graphical fidelity. I mean, you can tell it's an indie game, but for an indie game, it looks really good. Granted, that's mostly because there've been no character models, it's been all snowscape, and one tank, and debris. But they've really captured the essence of what it really is to drive in deep snow. As someone who's had to do that several times this winter, there's a level of concern and respect you have to give snow. Although I don't think you can get yourself quite as well stuck in this tank as you can in real life. And the story is intriguing enough to where they can go a great many places. And honestly, I want to see where they're going. I'll probably have to look up the YouTube channel for this guy and add it to the growing list of indie developers I follow on their YouTube channel to keep up on their developments. Plus, how often do you get Elephant Tank? Elephant Tank. You could call it other things, but it is, to me, it is Elephant Tank. But having said all that, we'll see you all Monday, I believe, for the next set of game testing. Linux game testing. Got an interesting variety then, and well, we'll see how that goes. Hope you have a good weekend, and enjoy the first weekend of astronomical spring. Winter could be around for another month yet. We'll see. We'll see you next time.